Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Jumping 215, Rolling the Cut with Shanice. Today I have a special guest with me today. I call her my sister, so introduce yourself, sister.
Hey sis, what's going on?
What's up? So, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate you for getting married, girl. I just want to know, how does it feel?
It feels wonderful.
And also, I just want to just give a little insight on, she like married childhood sweetheart. Like, she got everything but the horse and carriage, I guess, right, girlfriend?
Got gas.
It's been a long road, though, baby, right?
Long
road. Oh, I see you got your shirt on today.
Oh yeah, this is my business. Spotless Says Laundry Pickup and Delivery Services. So basically, what we do is we pick up your clothes, we wash, you dry, and fold, and bring them back to you. So anybody needs some services, Spotless Says Laundry Pickup and Delivery Service. The phone number is 267-748-4785.
So how long, this company been around?
3 years.
3 years. Can you give me a little history on it?
Okay, so when it was the pandemic, me and Jeffrey sat down and said, oh, we want to open our own business. So first we was going to do the cleaning business. And then everybody's doing it right now, so we wanted to do something a little different. So we thought about picking up people's laundry and washing it and folding it and bringing it back to you, because sometimes people don't have time to do that. So make it easy for you. We come to you and do that for you.
Okay. And is it hard?
No, it's not hard. Basically, if you wash clothes, you already know how that goes. It's not hard to wash clothes, but it could be overwhelming because sometimes we get a lot of customers in one day. Then we have residential clients, so that's a lot. But other than that, it's good.
Do you have like an email or something, and somebody want to, learn, get some more information about your company, prices and stuff like that? Like, how would they get in contact with you or your husband?
We have a website, Spotless Says Laundry Pickup Delivery. SpotlessSaysLaundry.com.
I know.
Is the website. And the website basically tells you the pricing, if you want to schedule online, the phone number is on there. We also have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So that's how you can get in contact with us.
Oh, excellent. And I just want to say, girlfriend, I'm proud of you. In the Bible, it states that the woman is the man's helpmate. And I see you doing your thing, baby. I see how you got that ring. Shout out to Jeffrey. You understand? So I'm just so happy because, like where we come from, we used to take our clothes over there off of 7th Street, right?
Yeah, 7th Fairmount,
Yeah, so now, you like...
Now it's more convenient, it's mobile. All you have to do is bring your clothes to the door, pass it to me or Jeffrey or any of our workers, and we weigh it for you. It's $1.50 a pound. We send you a price. We have payments, cash, card, cash app, Apple Pay. So what's convenient is that we don't have cash. We send you a link over it. We don't even have to touch your card. You put your own information in, pay, and that's it.
Okay, and another thing, I know that you have something else going on. Your husband, I remember I seen a live that he had maybe like last year where he was talking about like being healthy.
Yeah, Jeffrey is into a lot of health and wellness. So it's crazy because we did start doing it on Facebook, but we didn't continue doing it. But if you need some help, have any health issues, and you need some questions, I definitely could get the information for you.
Okay, so that's good because a lot of people out here just putting all types of stuff in their body, and they got to be mindful about stuff like that.
I was one of those people that I didn't eat healthy, a lot of things like that. So now I try to eat healthy. As you get older, you don't want to have no type of condition that, So for me, you know, eating healthy right now, exercising and everything, that's good for age.
And it's also great to have a husband, that making sure you do what you're supposed to do also, well, vice versa, each other. But it's always great to have somebody, that's willing to push you.
Yeah, he always push me, and that's a good thing. He's definitely my backbone. Because sometimes you lack in certain things, but he right over my shoulder, and I need him.
That's right. That's right, y'all. So, like I said, jumping 215, rolling uncut, with Shanice, with chocolate, what you want to call me. I'm definitely here to make sure we educate each other. Like, we're going to normalize a lot of things that at one point in time used to be normal, but now times has changed. What you say, girlfriend?
Yeah, times has changed a whole lot. It's just so much. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Because people are passing away really young. I mean, like
Very
high
young.
blood pressure,
Strokes, cancer. It's a lot of underlying issues people have, but I feel like you gotta make sure you go to the doctor consistently. Cause sometimes you might don't even know you had something, but if you go to the doctor's appointment, then you will find out you have anything. And I know a lot of people have high blood pressure as well. Thank God I don't have it, but yeah, it's a lot of things.
Now, talking about health, I'm kind of pretty healthy, but I remember they was talking about my A1C count. They was saying like the fatty tissue, like eating all the fatty foods and stuff like that. So, I don't know if anybody really paid me any mind like that, but, I go up and down sometimes, But one thing I will say, when I let that bread alone and them sodas and stuff like that.
So I can speak on that because one of my favorites was sodas, Pepsi's. I'm not a bread eater, but Pepsi's and drinking a lot of alcohol definitely will make your stomach extremely big. So I could say probably like 4 years ago, I looked like I was like 9 months pregnant. People used to ask me if I'm pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. So that's how I wound up getting on the healthy kick, because I didn't like my stomach. I didn't like people asking me, is you pregnant? I'm not pregnant. So that's how I started working out. I started changing my diet. Sometimes I do slack up with sodas, but not as much. I try to stay drinking a lot of water. So it's definitely the eating part, especially the snacks, the chocolate, the candy, the sodas, anything with acid. Yeah, well, definitely have your stomach looking crazy.
Because I remember I take acid reflux pills sometimes, like a lot of built up acid that goes inside your system, any too much of anything will, kind of build up. And I remember one time I was at my boyfriend's house or whatever, and I wound up eating some pizza. Like I said, I don't really eat pizza at all. Like, as I got a little older, I learned my body. I don't eat red sauce, like certain things. And, I go with him, back in our little youth, how you do. I'm going to eat me some pizza, child, honey. Well, I wound up eating some pizza one night. And, we stayed up a little minute and we wound up going to bed. Oh, my God, girlfriend. Guess what happened? I woke up out my sleep like I couldn't breathe. Like, I can't breathe. Like, what is going on? So he steady asking me, Shy, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like I couldn't even, talk. Like, he looking at me like big. Like, what is going on with you? Like, what you on drugs or something? Like he really was looking at me. And, I kind of know his house or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I know kind of what to do to get myself, to calm it on down. So I went inside his bathroom or whatever, and I wound up getting one of the gas X pills or whatever, because, a lot of times it could be gas too. So I went and got one of the gas pills or whatever. So make a long story short, when I came to, he looking at me and he like, well, what is, I said, listen, I said, calm down. I said, I couldn't talk. I couldn't breathe. He said, you scared me. I said, I understand. So when I went downstairs or whatever to kind of look at the pizza box or whatever, yeah, when I lift the pizza box
All
up,
that grease.
all that grease was under
Mm-hmm.
there. All that grease, y'all. And it was like, oh my God, like I felt like my heart just stopped. Like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I couldn't like, and y'all I ain't gonna lie, them men be so scared sometimes.
Okay.
They be so scared. Cause
Like, you ain't gonna check out here. You gotta get it together. It is wrong.
yeah. So that's what I kind of,
As far as me with pizza, I'm really too much not a pizza eater. I have to, if I do eat pizza, it'll probably be one slice. That's about it. I'm not really too much a pizza eater. So thank God I don't have instant because, but I do know people that have it, and you can't eat red sauce, you can't eat pizza, hot sauce. There's a lot of things that trigger it. So if you can stay away from it, I know it'll be hard, but try.
facts, y'all. You gotta try.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring my girlfriend on here because, like I said, I always been the type of person that if I eat, I want everybody to eat. You understand? Times has changed because you know and I know that it ain't the same like that no more. They don't care if
Nowadays, everything's been about everybody. It's just like, I don't know, times change. As us growing up, I feel like, it was a bond, it was a family, it was a lot of things. Now it's just like everybody divided. It's just a whole lot. So you just gotta stay above board out here, that's all.
and that's the truth because people ask me about friendships and stuff like that, and I try to kind of stay away from that type of questions and conversations because, like I said, we are close knit, like where we come from, and everybody kind of know everybody. So,
Correct.
you got to be real mindful of what you say, how you say it. Because people fabricate stories, and But like I said, 2025, like I'm to the point now where I need to know the definition of a friend. What is the definition of a friend? And Black, I'm gonna have to bring you on in a minute too before I even let my girl in. So I need you to remind us what what is a friend? Because I forgot what a friend is because all the friends that I consider as friends do the same thing that people that don't like me do. They talk to me certain ways and different things. Like I remember one day I got married, right? And I never shared this story before. I had got married before, right? And it was certain people that I wanted to be a part of, you know, my festivities and stuff, right? And then one day somebody had to call me like, shy, like such and such is not responding, such and such don't seem like that they really, like into it like that. And, it kind of like hurt me a little bit, but I never questioned, you know, anybody about it because I didn't want them to, feel like I'm starting trouble or I didn't want to throw nobody under the bus. But at the end of the day, like a lot of my friends really hurt me because they didn't move out. Like now, like I'm on this radio station and stuff like that. I've been trying to get people to come on board with me, small stuff. Let's do fish fries. Let's do bowling party. Let's do,
Right.
people really didn't want to do it. But then when they see you, doing your thing, I wonder, do they ever be like, dang, I should have,
Right.
So, Black, can you just bless us? Because a lot of times I like to have men and
Right.
women on the show because a lot of times we talking to the same people that do half of the stuff that we talk about that we don't like. So I would like to get it from a man's point of view. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so what we got going on now?
So we trying to get the definition of what is a friend. Because these days, lately, like, they do the same things that the enemies do.
Right.
So, my definition of a friend, a real friend will, hold you down through thick and thin. They don't judge you. They just always there to support, you know, high and lows. So, my definition of a friend is that person that literally knows who you are and know how to lift you up when you at your most lowest point. That's my definition of a friend.
I agree with that.
Thank you. And what about you, girlfriend?
I feel like that a true definition of a friend is a friend that's there for you, good, bad, ugly. That point on, they don't judge you thick and thin. And I can say I have a friend, I have a couple friends like that. But as you get older, sometimes you think people are your friends, and you see different things with people, and then you try to, you see the signs, and you say, oh no, they this, they that. But then you come back to reality, and it's like, but this been going on for so long, and it'll be like, I don't want to label this person as that, but sometimes it is what it is.
Facts, because I had to learn the hard way, baby. I'm talking about, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I always been loving and caring and kind. I take the shirt off my back. I remember back in the day, me and my girlfriend, Michelle, I remember one time, like, if times was hard for us, they say, Shy, she'll split a bag of chicken with you. She'll give you X, Y, and Z. You understand? When you know what I mean, like that's the way it's supposed to be. If I got 12 wings, you're getting six of them.
And if you can't get 6, you're gonna get 2.
Okay, you're getting something you're gonna eat.
Right.
And shout out to Dirk Bentley. He had put up, I think it was a video or something he did with his music, and it was about a bunch of friends together, and one friend didn't have enough to, I guess, buy something to eat or whatever. That's the whole thing. Like, if we friends, we eating together. We going
together, yeah. Drinking together, anything. You ain't got it, I got it, you got it.
That's right, and it ain't the same no more. I was just telling Black just recently, like, somebody it's raining or something like that, and you got 9 umbrellas on the floor, and you don't even want to give nobody one, but you tell them to stay dry, like.
Right. That don't even make sense.
You understand what I'm saying? And then it's like it cracks me up because people be thinking like we blind. Like, I do know that they know that we got both our eyes, right?
Right.
We can see. Like, I mean, I know that after 40, they say that your eyesight go, but they still work a little bit. And I was explaining, too, about friends. Like, we have to be mindful. And growing up, I'm going to say for me in the projects, we already knew how we like to be treated because as soon as somebody did something in Tyra, I know you can, we were like, they acting funny. Like, we on it. Like, what she do? I don't know, but she acting funny.
Yeah.
Right? And that's real. Like, and I'm going to give you an example. Like, me and one of my friends ain't friends no more. I don't really know where the disconnect came in at, but I know that I wasn't invited to somebody that I considered my brother party. Like, we all grew up together. We all grew up in the projects together. Like, we all did. And, like, everybody was invited to this party. So I really didn't understand, like, how was I left out? And at the end of the day, I really was hurt about that. Like, somebody I call my brother and my sister, we grew up with, live right across the street from each other, like across the, not street, but, you walk in the project. Like, how was I not invited? And then, me, when I wound up questioning the situation, they told me I had to ask somebody's wife. Why you didn't ask the person's wife?
Correct. And why you wasn't on this? Because if you family and I consider you family, I don't understand how I wasn't on this.
How I got forgotten about?
Yeah, that part. Why you gotta ask somebody's wife that part too? So, I don't know why I go back disconnected. Did you ask her or anything? Or did you try to find out or you just left it alone?
No, I did try to find out. I went down there and, I asked some questions and stuff. And, that was the story she told me. You got to go with the wife. Now, I wound up getting a phone call because I didn't even know about it. That's the crazy part. I didn't even know. Like, they didn't even share that with me. Then one of my homegirls called me like, hey, Shy, what's up? You going to the party? I'm like, what party? Like, oh, wow, you wasn't invited. And I'm like, what party? So just so happened when the person called me, I was already downtown. So I already shot down to where I needed to go at. And I wanted to find out about it. When I wound up getting a phone call from the person, party that it was, I told somebody, get them on the phone or whatever. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. And I'm going to keep it a bean. 100. And this is raw uncut. Jumping 215 with Shanice. Like, right. What? I think that they don't like that I get the microphone.
But that's the person you are, so I like when you come to my events because you definitely turn the party up all the time.
But no, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes things are intimate, and it do be like, you gotta tone down. But guess what? If you feel like like I'm gonna do too much, just pull me
Just
to
let
the.
me know instead you doing too much.
Yeah, don't do too much. That part.
Yeah,
Don't do too much.
Yeah, or
And
you already there, you doing too much. Listen, come over here. I gotta talk to you for a minute. You doing too much, baby. You got
or
chill.
don't get on that mic.
Don't give it a bite.
Like just to not invite me. And a lot of times, let me be honest, a lot of times I take the mic and say, that shit be dry. That's all. A lot of it be dry. Like some of these parties, they spend a lot of money. I'm talking about they bring the people out and everything. I'm not saying that kind of dry. It's no entertainment.
Right.
You don't spend thousands of dollars on decorations and this, that, baby. I'm doing a split.
But nowadays, remember we was growing up, we used to party. Now you go to a party, people just standing in the corners, nobody's dancing. It's just like the music be good and everybody just standing there looking and see, be like, okay, yeah, we gotta hype this up. We gotta hype this up a little bit because why ain't nobody dancing?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times they like to sit around and look cute, but then from what I see is they ain't trying to dance, they trying to get it in. Baby, times done changed. You can go to a club today, meet somebody in 2 hours, and you in this bed.
Oh, that's been happening. That ain't nothing. That's been happening.
Well, I guess when they start coming at me with that, I say, "Hold up, baby, I'm old school." That's what the guy told me. He said, "You old school, baby." I said, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Yo, they be with it." I said, "But baby, I like, nah, I'm not with all that. Like, I just can't see giving my pocketbook away just like that. Like, I meet you at 12, we in the bed by 6. I mean, that's just not me. That's just
not true, but some people that's dumb.
But let me tell
You
you.
can't judge nobody for that.
But let me tell you what I do know. I remember when I wasn't married no more, baby. And, I had this little friend, and he used to always look out for me, right? Give me money and stuff like that, right? So I used to be like saying to myself, like, I could see how them girls that trick or whatever be dancing and twerking and twirling, baby. They thinking about that money. You feel me though?
Yeah.
I start putting
my bands and make them dance.
You already know. Bands will make them dance, but we got to be mindful though, y'all. Like, I'm just to the point where now, as far as like I said with the friends and stuff like that, like the energy, if the energy is off, I just can't be around no more. And an example, I was friends with this other girl years and years ago, right? And she used to do little stuff. My ex-husband told me how she put her titties on his arm one time, but he ain't tell me this until I wasn't friends with her no more, which I think that he should have told me certain things. But a lot of times, men don't want to tell you certain things because 9 out of 10, they gonna lie. They gonna lie anyway. This didn't happen, or whatever. My ex-husband used to tell me when I used to be with some of my girlfriends, and he pull up or whatever, and I'm coming out where I'm leaving with him, but I still will get with my girls. So I know how to ping pong friends and man, and you understand what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm not one of them friends that get married. I mean, no, how about you? I can ask you that question, girlfriend. Now that you married, how is your friendships? How?
My friendships still the same. All my girlfriends, they already know I'm married. Even before I was married, like, I don't really come outside like that no more. It's only certain things I come out to. You gotta be real important if I'm really coming out. But I know how to ping pong both. I still talk to my girlfriends every day. Not even every day, every other day. But they already know when we get together, it's always a link up. So, I can't, I ping pong my relationship with my husband and my friends.
Well, I'm going to say this. And, I'm always raw and uncut. And I just say what I said. Have you ever stopped being friends with somebody that you loved and and then it just detached some type of way? Like, have that ever happened?
That definitely happened. I ain't gonna get too much into that, but it definitely happened, and it's just like you just be like, how you was friends with somebody for over 30 years here? Cause my son's 28, so it was definitely before I had children. And it just seemed like, sometimes you just feel like people don't be happy for you. And it be like, you don't want to look at that person like that, but they keep giving you signs and they keep showing you. So, I'm not going to get into what happened and everything. But, sometimes you just have to leave people where they at. And like you said, I can't do the negative energy. Like, their vibe off, my vibe off, and we can't even click no more. And sometimes that's like that. Sometimes everybody not meant to go with you.
Facts. They talk about that too. They definitely do. So, Black, I would like you to jump back in again. You just heard me and the sister talk about certain things. Do you think that we was on point? Do you think we was on point? about a lot of stuff that we said, or correct us if we
I
want.
ain't even gonna hold you. I was actually tuned into my phone.
Okay, well, the question is this. Me and her were just talking about how we lost certain friends, how, we sometimes don't even know how we detach, how did we get to that point? Like, what do you think? Like, do you just cut a friendship off that, like y'all had sisterhood? Like, is it a way we can
Or do you
get
try
it back?
with that part? Or do you think you could be able to get it back, depending on? I guess it depends on the situation.
Right, exactly. There it is. There it is. It depends on what's going on, what happened, what's the communication. Like, it varies on how you actually mend a friendship.
So let me ask you a question. Give me one no-no. One no-no that we can never be friends again. Give me a no-no on that.
Being disloyal.
That part. That part. And that's the part right there. I had a disloyal friend and I had to be like, no. Because and the crazy part, it was the situation that I had. It was the response that you gave me, and it was like, well, how you can't come to something that's important to me?
Right.
But your excuses is wicked. And it's just like, no. And we've been...
Or they couldn't come see you, but you see them at somebody else's stuff.
And that part right there.
Right.
That's another issue too.
Being disloyal. You just ain't loyal.
Yeah, that part.
That was good. See?
He just nailed it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there ain't no sense of playing around with it.
Right.
You ain't showing me no loyalty. What we friends for?
That part.
Well, shit, I gotta go check my list then. I'm checking my list. I'ma check it twice. I'm gonna find out who treat me nice. Shanice is cutting you off. It's like, no, yeah. But, yeah, y'all. So, basically, I want y'all to tune in to Jumping 215, Rolling Uncut with Shanice. I'll give y'all more details and more stories, like I said. We just trying to be a part of the solution. We don't want to no longer be a part of the problems anymore. So you already know it's up from here. Thank you, girlfriend.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Black.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chocolate. You're welcome, baby. Give yourself a hug.
Oh,
Sometimes you gotta hug yourself. Sometimes, baby. Sometimes you do. Because guess what? They ain't give you the love that you think you deserve. Give it to yourself.
Always.
Peace out. Love you.